Good afternoon and welcome to the Committee of Adjustment meeting for May 16th. My name is Brian and I'll be chairing the meeting today. Our first order of business is any pecuniary interest by any of the board members today. I'll take that as a no. Okay, application number 1 is for a minor variance and it's 380 Coleman Street, Belleville, Ontario, and the owner is Andrew McCreary and staff.
Yes, sure. The property is located on the west side of Coleman Street, north of Harriet Street and Boswell Street, and south of Canadian National Railway, known municipally as 380 Coleman Street. This minor variance application requests to reduce the required number of off-street parking spaces from 15 to 10 to facilitate the expansion of the existing warehouse, which would not have additional staff or clients. The official plan designation of the property is employment land use. At this time, staff have received correspondence from one member of the public who raised concerns on the location of the proposed expanded portion of the warehouse, the types of items for storage, the hours of operation of the subject property, and the details of and the rationale for this minor variance application. City staff have provided a response to the resident to address their concerns. Thanks. Back to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Okay, is Andrew with us today? Do you want to come up in case we have some questions, please? Okay, you want to just hit the button there so the red light is on the speaker? Okay. Okay, any comments?
No, I'm just hoping to put an addition at the rear of my warehouse. This came up that we would need more parking spots. I don't foresee me adding any employees or having any more need for parking, so we put forth this application for a minor variance to see if we could just keep the parking lot the same size while expanding the warehouse at the rear of the building.
So the addition's on the back of the building,
That's correct.
and that parking lot at the front is going to stay the same.
That's correct.
And I don't imagine you have an abundance of need for parking there anyway.
No, I don't foresee hiring any new people or adding any visitors. It's not a retail place.
It's a cold storage, right?
That's correct.
That's correct. Any questions for this gentleman? Anybody else in the audience who wishes to comment on 380 Coleman Street? If not, no further questions. Motion by Jack, second by Robert. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next application is a minor variance, 207 Bridge Street East, Belleville, Ontario. The owner is Sarah and Gary Boyd. Staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 207 Bridge Street is a property zone residential type 2, R2, and is developed with a single detached dwelling. The applicant is seeking relief from the zoning bylaw to allow for a pool to be located in the exterior side yard closer to Burnham Street than the current dwelling, with a minimum exterior side yard of 5.5 meters. Back to you.
Thank you. Is Mr. and Mrs. Boyd here? Okay, did you want to come up in case we have any questions? Or do you have any comments first?
No.
No. So the pool is going to be on the west side by Burnham Street, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yep, okay. And fenced and all the other things that go with that, okay?
Indeed.
Any questions for this gentleman? No? Anybody in the audience wishes to comment on 207 Bridge Street East? If not, then we have a motion. Joe, seconded by Robert. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next application is an application for consent, 248 Shannon Road, the City of Belleville. The owners are Dave and Emma Laurie, and staff.
Thank you, Chair. The subject lot is located at 248 Shannon Road and is currently developed with a single detached dwelling with accessory buildings. The consent application proposes to sever the existing dwelling onto a separate lot with approximately 40.7 meters of frontage on Shannon Road and 0.6 hectares of lot area. Rezoning of the severed and retained parcel will be required as a condition of the consent. The official plan designation is rural land use, agricultural land use, and environmental protection. At this time, no correspondence have been received from the public. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you. And Dave, do you want to come up in case we have a... So how big is the property total?
70-ish acres,
70-plus acres, and you're severing off about
1.6.
1.6,
Yeah.
okay? And the rest of the property is just land, right?
Future family build.
Okay. All right. Any questions for this gentleman?
The white building at the back,
Sorry?
white building at the back, is that within what's going to be severed? Or is that staying with the
So
existing?
the shop's being
Yeah,
severed
the
with,
shop.
with the house. It's on the 1.6 acres.
It's on that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have a question for this gentleman? Anybody else in the audience wishes to comment on 248 Shannon Road? If not, then motion. Scott, seconded by Jack. All in favor? You're good.
Thank you.
Your work begins. Okay, our next application is an application for consent, and it is at 501, 531 College Street East, and the owner is Kellogg's Company. And staff? Pardon?
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the city received two applications for the properties at 501 and 531 College Street East. The applications propose a consent or a land swap between the two developed industrial properties. Approval of these applications would facilitate the addition of 670.3 square meters of land from 501 College Street to 531 College Street, and the addition of 2,204.8 square meters from 531 College to 501 College Street East. A site plan application has also been concurrently submitted to the city for the building of for the expansion of a building at 501 College Street. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, gentleman from Kellogg's, do you want to come up in case we have a question? Sure. Or you have any comments? No?
Nope, no comments.
Just a land swap one. That's
Correct.
pretty easy.
Yep.
Okay, any questions for the gentleman?
That's where Sparks Power is now?
Correct. 531 is, yeah.
Okay,
We're taking a portion of the back of their property in exchange for east of their property. Yep.
okay. Okay, if no further questions, anyone else in the audience wishes to comment on College Street East? If not, a motion by Joe, second by Robert, all in favor? Done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't know what they're back there for, but there's two gentlemen back there. Are you just here to observe? Okay, thank you. Just didn't want to leave you out. Okay, the next order of business, the confirmation of our minutes of April the 18th. Robert? Seconded by Scott. All in favor? Okay, we do have another item of business, and I'll let Greg explain what is taking place there.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, we distributed a memo to the committee just this afternoon. Through reviewing a zoning application for 676 Foxton Road, staff came to the realization that consent that was approved in 2022 for this property, it appears that the one decision had a typo in the estimated lot area for the severed parcel. So rather than reflecting a severed lot size of 0.44 hectares, it reflected a lot size of 0.84 hectares. The intent at the time when we reviewed the report and the sketches and correspondence with it was to have two lots in the 0.4 hectare range, and so it appears this was a typo. So in the memo, staff has provided a recommendation that the committee could choose to approve to correct this oversight, as well as a sample of the decision with the revision, which would only entail a change to the adding a revised date, modifying the proposed lot size to approximately 0.44 hectares, and then redating, because by making that change, it would extend the time period that they would have to fulfill the conditions until 2026 for this one lot, but I would anticipate that they still want to proceed much sooner than that.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Okay, so if there's no further questions, whatever, we'll need a decision.
Sorry, just,
Oh, you have a
this was an error by the planning, okay.
Okay. Motion to approve that, Robert, second by Joe. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, that is the other business. Any correspondence? Any further correspondence? No? Okay, our next meeting is June the 20th, and we'll see how many applications we have for that. If not, so anything else, we will have an adjournment. Robert? Jack? Okay. And I talked to Jack